But all right, let's dive into this. The first one I have on my board here is probably our most accurate one that we've guessed for the past 2 years, the Golden Boot.
Oh yeah, that's because we guessed Giassi's artist, of course.
I'm going to let you take this one first. I usually start everything off. So I want you to give me just a few players you think are probably going to be in the running and maybe why you think they'll be in the running. And then give me who you think might be there. Maybe top 3, top 5, whatever you've got.
All right, I've got top 3 for you right here. I went pretty safe on this one. Nothing too crazy, honestly. Probably could swap out a few guys or expand the list a bit more because there's plenty of guys who can score goals in this league, especially with MLS 4.0. Goals to the moon. I ended up narrowing mine down, and this is subject to change potentially, but my 3, I guess, finalists for Golden Boot are Josef, Tati, and Christian Aranjo.
Okay.
And I know we've kind of spoken on this before. Obviously, like I'm very high on.
You love Christian Aranjo, I get
Yes, and he is my pick to win the Golden Boot this year. I think he's got a great supporting cast around him at LAFC. Like Ryan Hollingshead supporting the attack, Kellen Acosta. He's got Carlos Vela. I think the pieces are in place for him to succeed like tremendously versus last year where he had like zero help basically.
The fact that the first person that came to your mind in supporting Christian Aranjo was
Ryan Hollingshead.
Ryan Hollingshead speaks miles about what this podcast actually is.
Well, he's a striker playing at left back. That's huge.
And then you got a left back playing at center mid. This is Ben Olsen's dream team right here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Get Julian Gressel in goal, and you've got Ben Olsen literally just rolling around on the floor in excitement.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If Cherundolo doesn't work out, I know a guy. But Tati being on the list, I think, is pretty self-explanatory. He's the one that obviously could potentially get swapped out if he ends up leaving. But as of right now, he's still here, so I'm going to include him in the list. He's a goal-scoring machine. He's already got 2 in CCL at the start of the season, and he was your Golden Boot winner last year, so not hard to put him on the list again. And Josef's just a perennial goal scorer historically. He's still coming back from the injury a bit, so I know he was a little bit slower in terms of goals last season, but I think having the full season under his belt, and boy, does he have the supporting cast behind him. Those 3 behind him are going to help him score loads of goals. So I expect that he will be, if he stays healthy and he, even remotely is the Josef that we remember from a few seasons ago prior to the injury, I think he'll be in the Golden Boot conversation.
I just want to put on a side note that Tati Castellano scored 2 goals against a Costa Rican side that had 4 field players on their bench because of COVID issues or visa issues. So let's not blow things out of the water.
That's 2 more goals than anybody else scored that game.
Okay.
Somebody has to score them. All right. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyways, I knew you were going to put Josef on there. I put Arango on there as well with Josef. I've got 2 different ones from you.
Did you have 4 total?
Yeah. So I had Aranjo and Josef, and then I had I didn't put Tati because I don't think he'll be here the whole year. So I think he's gone.
That's fair.
Mid-season.
I get that.
If he's here the whole year, yeah, definitely in the conversation for sure. But I left him out for that reason. Chicharito Hernandez is obviously in this conversation. The man scored 17 goals in like 20 games last year before he got hurt, and now he's got Douglas Costa playing on the wings with him, and or in the middle or whatever. But I think he's got to be in the conversation. And this one may tie into a bold prediction. So I might
Patrick Klimala.
Stop it. I might be tipping my hand here a little bit, but I have Kasper Shabilko on this list and winning Golden Boot.
Winning Golden Boot
because it ties into my bold prediction. Okay, but
sheesh.
Listen, Chicago Fire are lighting up the transfer window in this last few weeks. And he is a guy who played with a bunch of 18-year-olds and was scoring 12, 15 goals a season.
He was not playing with a bunch of 18-year-olds.
Who was he playing with that made it any better than
He had Wagner on one wing, on one fullback position. He had
exactly.
Mbaizo. He had Mbaizo on the right. He had
If it
Montero
doesn't come to
behind
you
him.
like this, it don't count.
He has Bedoya in the midfield as well.
You're not telling me Ale Bedoya is no, we're done. We're done. So Kasper Schmeichel is going to win Golden Boot this year.
Oh, you're out of your mind. You're absolutely insane.
Light the fire, baby. Light the fire. The Chicago fire. Light it up.
We are going to have very differing opinions on Chicago this season.
I'm gonna fight you.
I know you're going to fight me. You think Kasper Schmeichel is going to win the Golden Boot?
Okay. I'm going to sit here with a massive smile when he's at least top 5, if not 1.
We'll see about that.